Hello, this is Sarah Soiledplant and welcome back to my channel. 2020 is officially over. We are straight into 2021. Hopefully everyone had a good new year. This year has certainly been a pain, so hopefully next year is a million times better. Okay, come up. I know. I can't say no to you. I wanted my first video of this new year to kind of go over what my personal goals are for this channel in 2021 and also kind of reflect back on how 2020 was for me, things I can improve, interesting statistics I've figured out, all those sorts of things, but like summarize it into a nice little package for you guys so you just kind of know what's happening with me and with this channel. First things first, I definitely want to thank each and every single one of you who watch my videos. This has been so much fun to kind of go on, experiment, figure all this stuff out. It's a great creative outlet for me. My work doesn't really allow for this much creative license, or at least this portion of my brain, so I've really liked exercising that and having a chance of kind of using this channel as a good excuse to not only talk about my passions, but also kind of build a new passion for, you know, posting on YouTube and making videos and coming up with topics and countdowns and lists. Like, all of this has been so much fun to kind of figure out and go along with. So I very much appreciated all of this, and I really appreciate every single one of you who kind of has come along for the ride and has found me interesting enough to either subscribe or watch several of my videos, or even just click on this video as the first video you've ever seen of me. The idea that one person wants to hear what I have to say about literally anything is just amazing and so cool, and it's nice to have a sort of community and all of that. I know everybody says that, but I don't actually have a ton of people in my life who are plant enthusiasts, or at least as enthusiastic about houseplants the way I am. I really enjoyed it, and I wanted to thank everybody for kind of going along on this ride with me. It's been super fun so far, and I'm hoping 2021 is even better. I have officially been on YouTube since May of 2020. So that's, math. Okay, so that's like 7 months. In that time frame, I've uploaded 36 videos so far. And that's about once a week. Of those videos, I've had about 40,000 views, which is crazy, so fun, so cool, like, that's insanity. For 2020, when I started my channel, and after kind of getting a feel for it for the first month or so, I had a personal goal of hitting 500 subscribers by the end of the year, with a stretch goal of 1,000 subscribers. As of filming this video, I am right at about 670 or so. So I definitely hit my goal of having 500 subscribers by the end of the year, which I am incredibly excited about. For those who are unaware, YouTube will not monetize your videos, meaning they will not allow you to show advertisements, which is how you get paid through YouTube. When you hear of different channels or influencers through YouTube making money, they do it through Google AdSense. YouTube will not qualify you for that program until you have 4,000 watch hours, which I actually did surpass a few months ago, as well as 1,000 subscribers. So when you hear channels or people talking about hitting the 1,000 subscriber milestone, that's what they're talking about. It's when they can start earning money off of their channel. For me, on this channel, I have not earned anything from YouTube so far. I am doing this for my own creativity and my own interest, and honestly for fun. I find all of this a lot of fun. And I know people have seen my links in the description, affiliate links through Amazon or what have you. If anyone is curious, I made a total of $5.41 from my affiliate programs. It takes a long time to earn money from affiliate links. It takes a lot of clicks to sort of build up enough, you know, few cents here, few cents here, few cents here, before it'll all turn into, you know, enough money that they will write you a check and pay you out. But yes, I did hit my goal of 500 subscribers. Didn't quite meet the stretch goal, but that's why it's a stretch goal. You know, if I hit it, it would be amazing. But honestly, I wasn't expecting to hit 1,000 subscribers within my first year. For 2021, my subscriber goal is to have 1,500 subscribers and passing that 1,000 subscriber threshold, while also having a stretch goal of 3,000 1,000 subscribers. That's my pie in the sky number. Would be amazing if I hit it, but I would like to hit 1,500 subscribers. I have actually taken data from YouTube and built out a graph of my sort of cumulative subscriber count. If there's any doubt in your mind that I'm a huge nerd, may all of that information be dispelled immediately, because I am a nerd through and through, diehard. And I've graphed out my cumulative subscribers and added a trend line to it. And the chart that I'm showing you right now, you'll notice I had like a very strong upsurge early on, and that is actually when I posted my greenhouse tour video back in July. That one was a boon for my channel early on, and it got me a lot of traction early on, but since then I've kind of hit kind of a steady state. So if I take just the last 4 months or so and plot that out separately, it actually shows that I should hit 1,000 subscribers around May-ish if everything else stays consistent and I don't have any more upswings or any downswings. So that's where my 1,500 goal came from, because if I gained about 50 or 60 subscribers a month like I've been doing, I should hit right about that 1,500 mark by the end of the year. So basically my goal is to stay consistent and, you know, at the very least, don't get any worse. So once I hit 1,000 subscribers, it's going to be my next big milestone. So what I am planning to do, no matter what or when it happens, I do have a giveaway planned for that. I already know one plant in particular that is going to go into that giveaway. I might add 1 or 2 more in the mix, I'm not sure, but as of right now, I know which plant I'll be doing in my giveaway. The other thing I want to do as soon as I start, basically once I get my first check from YouTube, which may not be when I hit 1,000 subscribers, it'll probably be a little bit later than that. I want to start subscribing to a music service for my channel. I don't know if anyone else has noticed, or maybe it's just me because I overthink everything, but I feel like the music in my videos is so clumsy and I don't like them half the time, and it's just, I would like my music to be a little more professional, but unfortunately when you use music in videos, you have to use things that you have rights to use. There's a few services out there that provide this, but it's basically a subscription service like Spotify, where you have to spend, you know, 10-15 bucks a month in order to have access to this music. So I definitely want to make sure I have an income stream from my channel first before I start investing into a monthly subscription model. Like, just for an example here, I don't even have like Spotify or Apple Music for myself, like for personal use. So the fact that I'm willing to get a music service for my channel before I even get one for myself is a little crazy, but you know, priorities. So first goal was basically to hit 1,500 subscribers. Second goal is to have my giveaway, have music lined up, and the next goal of mine is to basically perfect my sound. I'm still, even with the new lapel mic that I have, I'm still not 100% satisfied with it. I'm not sure if it's the quality of the mic I got, so I'm going to be playing with that basically all of 2021 and try to perfect it. I think I'm pretty happy with lighting and my technology. I've been filming using my cell phone, and honestly, that's completely fine with me. I have no intentions of buying a camera or anything like that, and that's something that I definitely would only buy for YouTube. I'm not a photographer by any stretch of the imagination. I can barely take selfies, so I will be happy to continue using my phone for as long as humanly possible. But as far as sound goes, definitely could use some improvements. I would prefer if I had a few different sort of background options, because, you know, I've filmed a few videos here and there's kind of nothing behind me. There's not good lighting in this room for plants, so I can't really put plants against this wall. One of my personal, like not channel, but personal goals is to get a house next year. So I'm hoping once all of that happens and moving the plants and getting into a new house and everything, I'll be able to kind of figure out some better cinematic options for how I will film in the future. My last goal for 2021 for this channel, at least at this very moment, is I would like to figure out my branding and my logo. I currently don't have any sort of logo whatsoever. I have my little intro video that you guys all see every time. You know, I like it. I like how like upbeat and festive it is. But just for like my channel, my Instagram, things like that, I'd like it to kind of have a theme to it and a color scheme, and I already have a vision for what I'd like to see. It's not concrete by any means, but I definitely have a strong inspiration point that I would like to kind of expand on and make my channel logos, branding, all based on this kind of image I have in my head. So all I need at this point is basically somebody to take the vision I have, the color scheme I want, and then just kind of make it into an actual branding exercise. I would do it myself, but I am hopeless when it comes to anything artistic. Definitely will need to recruit help on that. I have a few people in mind who might be willing to do it on my behalf. But that's just something I'm going to actually find either a friend, someone who I know and can reach out to and, you know, pay them for their work, pay them fair wages for their work, and be able to get an actual brand logo and everything. So that, you know, when you come to my channel, when you go to my Instagram, it'll have a cohesive quality about it, or at least more so. YouTube, I'm going to continue posting once a week. I do know that the YouTube algorithm likes 2 videos a week. Usually it optimizes for that. A few of my colleagues on this here app have started right around the same time I did and are much more successful. That is partly due to them just coming up with awesome ideas and being super smart and creative and quick and all of that kind of stuff, but it's also because they post more than 1 video a week. That is also a big factor. And unfortunately, with my job and personal life situations, I just don't think I can do more than 1 video a week. I am actually very proud that I've been able to keep up with this 1 video a week. I only missed 1 week, and that was when my brother got married. But aside from that, I have met every single week this year, and that is crazy. I had always put off making a YouTube channel because I thought that I would not be consistent about it and that I would get lazy. I would, you know, just kind of go off into the sunset and never have continual growth. I just didn't really believe in the beginning that I could do this. I had doubts that I would be able to keep the momentum up, that I would find things to talk about, that I would have an audience that would be willing to come along on this ride with me. I don't know if anyone else has this sort of impression of the world, but I've always had this sort of deep-seated self-consciousness that no one cares what I think, no one cares to hear what I have to say. Only people who already know me, people who already care about me, could ever be interested in my personality, my interests, my thoughts, or even just, you know, want to hang out with me for 15, 20 minutes. You know, essentially, I'm a stranger to all of you. I think I come off weird sometimes, so I was a little concerned when I started this that I would not be able to find a niche on YouTube or find people who would be interested in watching me talk to a camera about plants. When I say that I'm grateful that I'm growing and I'm grateful that people care, I do genuinely mean it. I'm genuinely proud of myself for finally starting this YouTube channel. I'd been thinking about it for a long time. So I'm glad I finally started one, and I'm happy I'm consistent with it, and I'm still going, and it's growing, and there's even the slightest chance that I could hit 1,000 subscribers and actually make this a like side job for myself. That's the coolest thing ever. It's such a privilege to be able to do that. So I'm very, very grateful. Sorry for getting a little sappy, but you know, it's hard to convey that you're grateful for everything you have, and especially this last year, oh my gosh, just there was a lot of good that happened, there was a lot of bad that happened, but ultimately, you know, it was just rough to get through. So having this channel was a big respite from the dreary drudge of the world. And I'm very grateful to have it. And I'm grateful to continue going, even if I never hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm very grateful to have it at the end of the day. For the extra curious folk out there, I would like to dig a little bit more on how videos perform. And if you are not familiar with kind of the background of YouTube, using the YouTube Studio, you know, some of this stuff is just like kind of interesting, and I find the analytics of my channel fascinating. But I actually have my computer in front of me right now, so if this isn't something you're interested in, by all means, don't worry, you don't have to watch it. But if you're morbidly curious about all this stuff like I was and like I am, like, I'll go into some of the interesting things about my channel that I kind of noticed when I was going through all of this, preparing for this video. So this is what the main studio page looks like when I log in. It's my dashboard. They always show you the latest video on your channel and how it's performing compared to your other videos. And then also it'll say your current subscriber count and basically if it's gone up or down. My last video before this one was the If 2020 Was a Plant video, and that happened to be doing really well compared to the last 10 videos that I put up. It got some really good views right off the bat, so it's doing very well, and you can see how it's holding up against the last 10 videos. Next, I'm going to show you all the different videos I have, and when you look at it on this window, you can kind of look at individual analytics for each particular video instead of all together. So I'm going to take a quick look at my philodendron collection and care video, which did pretty well. It's got over 1,000 views. It's probably one of my more popular recent-ish videos. So I'm going to click on analytics, and then you're going to be able to see here that I have, you know, it shows the views and kind of how they accumulate over time. So it looks like I had a nice jump in views between about October 31st and November 7th or so. I was seeing if there was anything in the data here to kind of say why that is or why that jump came from, and honestly I have no idea. This is actually the list of suggested videos, so basically what videos my philodendron collection and care video is recommended under. And so the first 4 are somebody else's videos, and then the one on the bottom is actually my own video. My Calathea collection and care video is actually my highest viewed video to date, and so it makes sense that if I have a collection and care video for Calatheas, my collection and care video for my philodendrons would be recommended underneath it. Now, the impressions click-through rate section is basically for every time my video is suggested on somebody's page or on the recommended list, how often is it actually clicked on when people see it? I am pretty much always between about 4 and 7%, and I'm not exactly sure if that's good or not. From the little bit that I know, it actually is pretty good. So I don't think my videos are being recommended an insane amount, but when they are recommended, they're getting pretty good feedback and people are clicking on my videos at least a reasonable amount, so that's good. And this changes by day, of course, so I'll have some days where I'll have a higher click-through rate than others, and there'll be others where I don't get any clicks at all. Maybe it wasn't recommended those days, you never know. And you'll see here that as of today, it is at 10% today. So it all just fluctuates and just depends on a ton of different factors that are well beyond my own comprehension. So like I said before, my #1 video is my Calathea collection and care video. So let's just look at that since that is my highest viewed video to date. So you'll notice that my viewership is pretty consistent. It was one of the first videos I ever posted on my channel. So early on, for like the first month and a half or so, I hardly got any views on it. The YouTube algorithm kind of picked it up, noticed its merit, and then kind of started slowly recommending it to people, and it got clicks, it got views, and so it continued to recommend it, and it's still one of my highest performing videos month to month even today. So I'm right at about 14,000 views on that video, which is insane to say. That just blows my mind that that many people have watched that video. Or maybe not people, but close to that many people. And like I said before, it got me 190 subscribers on that video alone. So that is by far pride and joy of a video right there. So those were some of my popular videos. So now let's just look at my most recent posting, which was my 2020 Events Were a Plant video. So let's see how this one's performing. I mentioned before how it was #1 out of the last 10 videos. So it's definitely performing higher than the average for my videos. And it's starting to level off because that's usually what my videos do, is they get a good amount of initial viewership and then they level off unless it gets picked up by the algorithm like some of my higher viewed videos. As you scroll down, you'll get a little bit more detail on the viewership and retention on the video, which is also kind of fun. It shows you kind of where people stop watching, or if you have any big sudden drop-offs when people close out your video. You obviously know the average viewer retention, but you can see it broken down by actual percentage as you go down. They have an option called continuous segments where they'll tell you what section people watched without dropping off. Lo and behold, on this video, it was when I went on my little mini rant about the Monstera albo being artificially rare. I think we can all relate. So clearly everybody kind of agreed with me on that stance or enjoyed watching me rant about it either way. There's also another segment called Dip where it'll tell you where you had the largest drop-off of viewers. And for this video, it happened to be when I was making fun of my makeup job that I did, which goes to show you people do not like self-deprecating humor, I guess. So I should avoid doing that possibly. Will it stop me? I don't know. I'm pretty good at self-deprecating humor, but maybe I'll think twice about it before I put it in a video. So YouTube will show you the impressions, which is the number of times they've shown your video to somebody as an option in their recommended section, whether it's on your home page or recommended on the side of any other videos you're watching. The click-through rate is the same as I mentioned before, which I view as a very good click-through rate. It's definitely something I'm happy with. So now I'm going to go back to the home page and we're just going to look at analytics for my entire channel, not specifically for each video or for a particular video. We're just going to look at overarching for my entire channel. So this is kind of the sort of landing page for analytics. It'll tell you kind of a snapshot of the last 28 days to see how you did. You can, of course, change that number. It'll also give you some real-time updates as far as your subscribers and how many views I've gotten in the last 2 days. All of that is super interesting. It'll tell you what videos people happen to be watching, and you'll notice my Calathea collection is right on top. Even though the 2020 video was my most recent, I'm still getting more views on the Calathea collection video. So it just goes to show, you know, new isn't always better, and just having content on my channel is what's getting me more views and getting me more subscribers, not necessarily the newest, latest, and greatest video, but having content accessible for the YouTube algorithm to pick up all of that. It starts building up this repertoire where YouTube knows what to do with me and who to recommend me to in order to get more views and to keep eyeballs on the website, ultimately, because that's all YouTube actually wants, is more people on YouTube. It's in their best interest to recommend the right videos for the right people. At the bottom of this graph where you can see the views, they will pinpoint every single time I've dropped a video, and you'll see kind of spikes every time I drop a video. I usually get more views on those days, and then it kind of trails back off into my little peaks and valleys. And then you can also see how many subscribers I've gotten every single day. I average about 1 or 2 a day. So if I change this to the last 90 days, you'll get a better snapshot of kind of what my days look like as far as subscriber counts. I have a few days here where I've lost a subscriber overall, and one day in particular where I lost 2 in a day. If I'm doing things right, it's going up. If you scroll down from that chart, you'll see where the top videos by views that I've had in the last 90 days. This will be mostly my newer stuff, but of course my Calathea collection video is right on top. Now this section I find a lot of fun. If I go under the audience tab, it'll tell me when my viewers are on YouTube. So all the people who've watched my videos in the past, it'll say like when they're online the most often, and it kind of concentrates them, so that darker purple is when more people are online. So I post my videos every week, Thursday at 1 p.m. and you'll notice that I have a nice dark bar where that is. I honestly think some of these other dark bars are the same time when other people post videos. So I know Friday at 1 p.m. every week, Kaylee Ellen posts her videos. So you'll see right where there's Friday at, 1 p.m., there's a nice dark bar there because a lot of people who view my channel probably also view Kaylee Ellen because she's insanely popular. Or like when Harley G posts her videos or Plant Arena posts her videos, there's going to be a higher concentration of plant tuber viewers on those days and times. Thank you so much for watching my video. Hopefully you found that interesting. I am always like the nosiest person when it comes to how people grow their channels, how their analytics work, and I haven't seen any other plant tuber really show off any of their information and background stuff of their YouTube channels. I know I'm always insanely curious about all of this stuff just from like an analytics standpoint. Like, I recognize that there are plenty of channels out there doing much better than I am, even with given the same exact resources, same time frame. But I just find it fascinating. It's not even jealousy. I'm just like, what's your click-through rate? Like, what videos took off and what keywords are you using? Like, I just find it super fascinating. So if any other YouTubers happen to be watching this, it would be super cool if you showed that just for my own morbid curiosity. But no pressure. Don't worry about it. I'm just talking out into the ether, just putting things out there. Like, don't mind me. I'm just sitting over here, just minding my own business, being nosy. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Happy 2021 to everybody. Here's hoping this year is even a modicum better than 2020. Hopefully much better than 2020. Stay safe out there, and I will catch you next time. Bye.